Right-wing Democrat Joe Manchin appeared on MSNBC to talk about some of the factual inaccuracies that are being disseminated right now by the White House over the border wall fiasco. Now, when the word lie came up, specifically when Joe Manchin was asked if Donald Trump was lying or was a liar along those lines, Joe Manchin got visibly uncomfortable, and he obviously did not want to call Donald Trump a liar. And it was extremely weird. Take a look.
So are you suggesting, Senator, that the president and the White House is making up its own set of facts, continuing this morning with interviews of the vice president?
What I'm saying is his own State Department doesn't certify what they're saying. What the White House is saying, whoever's feeding the president or wherever he's getting his information, his own State Department is not basically saying these are the facts that we have and this is what we agree to.
So, Senator, is the president lying to justify this wall?
Oh, I guess everyone has a right to understand. If he believes it, I'm sure if he believes
as you say, it's a fact and it's not true.
If it's a fact, it's not true. And if you're not telling the truth, then you have to be lying, okay? But the bottom line is, if he believes it in his heart and soul until he finds someone that verifies or validates what he's saying, but we've got to work off the same set of facts. And the facts are right now not verifying what's being said and the president calling what he's calling as far as the national emergency. But if the national emergency is going to be fought in court, if he wants to declare a national emergency, and he has money within the military to use. I know the money is there. We passed $69 billion in OCO money, Overseas Contingency Fund, and pulling back troops. I know he'll have the money, but with that, it'll be fought in courts. If it has to be fought in courts to feed the children of West Virginia and put people back to work, so be it.
So that was really embarrassing, because he, throughout the course of that statement, alluded to Donald Trump being incorrect, alluding to the fact that he lied, but when asked directly if Trump lied, when the L word came up, Joe Manchin can't even stand to be in his own skin. Now, he then went on to suggest that maybe Donald Trump isn't actually a liar. Maybe he just believes his own lies, therefore it's not a lie, technically. I'm not sure it works that way. I'm pretty sure that facts are facts, Joe. Now, towards the end, he kind of alluded to the fact that he'd maybe kind of sort of be okay with Donald Trump actually using emergency funds by declaring a national emergency to get the border wall built. I mean, whatever he does, it's always going to be at the behest of Donald Trump. And it's because Joe Manchin wants to be a Republican. Now, we all make fun of Joe Manchin and say, why don't you just join the Republican Party? You literally caucus more with them than Democrats. Why not switch teams? And in actuality, I think that Joe Manchin actually does want to be a Republican. He does want to switch teams, but they kind of aren't accepting him because he's not Republican enough for them, because they are far right and he's just pretty far right, but not as far right as them. Now, the way that Joe Manchin operates is he kind of is doing everything in his power to appease Republicans because, and I'm going to psychoanalyze him here, which is something you should never do, but I'm going to do it anyway. He kind of views Congress as high school, and the Republicans and Donald Trump, they're the cool kids, they're the jocks, and Joe Manchin wants to be in with the cool club, but in actuality, he's nothing more than a dweeb, and it doesn't matter what he does. He just can't get in good with them. He actually floated the idea of endorsing Trump in 2020, and he's always trying to hug Trump, which is really weird, and he calls what they do a, quote, man bum, which sounds extremely homoerotic to me, and Trump even made fun of him because he's always trying to hug him. So, in short, he wants to be a Republican. He desperately wants to be a Republican, but they won't accept him, and no matter how much he looks for affirmation from that party, he's not in their club, what he perceives to be the cool kids club, which is hilarious, but that's the way he views it. So even if functionally Joe Manchin is a Republican, he also wants the title. He wants the party affiliation that goes along with it, if they'll have him, but currently they won't. But he knows that if he wants to be part of the Republican Party club, then he is going to have to avoid calling the president a liar, which is why when you try to coax an admission from him that Donald Trump is lying and just admitting the obvious, what everyone knows, that he's a liar, that he's a pathological liar, then he gets really uncomfortable. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Joe Manchin is only there to serve Donald Trump and the Republican Party. He doesn't care at all about West Virginians at all. He often cites, his constituents. He doesn't give a damn about them. This is all just a game to him. He doesn't care. He just loves being part of, the club, the elites, and he wants to be a Republican. So when we all tell him, hey, why are you even in the Democratic Party? Just join the Republican Party. Well, he probably wants to. It's just a matter of whether or not he fits in with that party. And what we're seeing is ass-kissing and brown-nosing as a result of trying to be welcomed into the Republican Party establishment. But he's not wanted there. He's not wanted in the Republican Party. The Democratic Party embraces him for whatever reason, but progressives hate him. So he's just all around, a hated figure, and he's completely pathetic, and he's stooping to lower levels now that he doesn't have to worry about re-election. What a joke Joe Manchin is. This segment of the Humanist Report was brought to you by TYT. To support the Humanist Report and TYT simultaneously, you can become a TYT insider for $4.99 per month by going to tyt.com/thehumanist report, or you can go to tyt.com/thr to become a $10 member. You'll get access to all of TYT's shows, post-game extras, as well as behind-the-scenes content. So sign up today at tyt.com.